Good evening, guys. Or good afternoon.
Evening, sir.
How are you?
Doing okay.
All right. So I am here. I am here, but I'm using one device to share and the other device to speak. But oh, as I am preparing for the class, hold on. So I need to hear your views as budding environmentalists. I need to hear your views on this in about maybe 5 minutes. So Carnival took place over the weekend, and there is quite a bit of talk about the state of the roads in Kingston and in St. Andrew, of how dirty the roads are following the carnival. What are your thoughts on it? Anybody hearing me, by the way?
Yes, sir. Hearing you.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, if the road's dirty, then pay for clean it.
So who is responsible to clean it? Is it the NS of the MA or
Carnival.
the people for the carnival? Okay, Paz, what do you think?
I think that's a really good question. Like who would be responsible to clean it? But I think whomever it is that promote the carnival, I think they also need to put something in place. I'm not sure if they did, but something should be put in place where you know the the garbage that persons throw all over the place, which look very, very tacky, needs to be dealt with and like ASAP. So like when carnival is finished, they should have like persons equipment, proper equipment, and your gloves and all of that stuff to ensure that they not only the garbage is disposed of, but also disposed of properly. So, like your bottle, your plastic bottles and stuff should be placed accordingly. The glasses and other things should be separated and all of that. Because sometimes I realize that because I went on the road this Sunday as well. And I realized that there was a lot of trash. There was a lot of trash on the road, and it caused congestion as well, and all of these things. So, yeah.
Sir, who keep carnival again? You? Or was just held at UA? You're not the organizer.
No, it's not. It's not you. It wasn't held at you. So they use a public
Like a road
thoroughfare.
carnival.
Oh, me
It's a
old
massive
school,
carnival. Yeah. All right. I soon come to you. I soon come to that one. Dan, I see you here. What say you? Okay, so she's not here. All right. So I heard the mayor of Kingston says that before the license was granted for the carnival, they had to pay up a sum of money for. Hold on a minute, please. Hold on a minute, please. Um, so they said that they had to pay um an amount of money for permit, and a part of what it is that they would have paid, they were also required to, because you have different people who were subscribing to the carnival. So we could have, you have, I don't even know how it works, but you have, I don't even want to call them company, different brands, different, like you have a Coca-Cola, so a Coca-Cola, and then you may have We call them something. People, talk to me. Um,
Or like
anyhow,
sponsors also,
yeah, let's just call them
promoters.
sponsors. So you have different. It's not even sponsors, but anyhow, you have different categories or different types of people who come there to say, we are representing Coca-Cola, and then we are representing this, or we are representing that. All right. Now, for me, he was saying that each person apparently was responsible. And then now, what happened is the head of the NSWMA was saying that they had their guys out there cleaning. So when the people them drop the stuff, they would have their trucks go around, or people with their mini stuff go around and clean. But apparently, when the people were coming back to their point of origin, they litter the place again. So it means that the NSWMA would have to do the work twice. And they're saying that's not it, because I mean the people, them, the organizers, oh Jesus. That's what I want. That's the word I was looking for. The organizers now will have to chime in and pay the amount in order to get the place cleaned. What are your thoughts? What are your views on that though? Who should
All
be
right,
really
so
responsible? Go ahead.
I have a all right. So on Friday I went to a pre-carnival party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I had observed was that there wasn't enough like
Receptacles.
garbage. Yeah, yeah. That was one of the things. And I think that is one of the things that actually contribute to like persons littering, because if there were enough receptacles
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
different areas, then
Mm-hmm.
persons wouldn't leave their garbage like on the floor or where they sit. It would have been more easily accessible. So that I think is also one of the problems. So I don't know if it would be a case with the actual carnival where they might not have like enough receptacles around the place to, for persons to just like dispose of the garbage then and there, rather than them just, drop it wherever they please.
Okay, so that is something that is plausible. So what they need to do is, because the truth of the matter is, if these people are quote unquote drinking a bag juice and they finish the bag juice, they're not necessarily going to want to hold that bag in their hand.
Yeah.
They're going to want to dispose of that bag somewhere. So if they know that, every 5 meters, for argument's sake, they'll find a receptacle. They will can maybe hold it and then drop it in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could support that point. Um, I could support that point 100%. Um, Dan, are you back? I'm trying to open my shared document here. So that's why I'm having a conversation with this kid. All right. I don't know. Well, for me, um, in the first place, carnival could I never keep, have no effect on me. I don't know how it generates income for the country. It's a no-brainer for me. I mean, I'm not one who will really and truly see the benefit of something like that, other than people go gyrate and get themselves into trouble. But
And sin themselves.
and what?
And sin themselves.
Oh
And
Lord
sinning
Jesus.
In
themselves
them
Yeah.
nakedness.
on the Sunday,
Don't
right?
don't even talk about that. And you know what is the sad thing about it? You have church people who never come to church because them have forgot carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, it's a no-brainer for me. It doesn't add a foot to my height. Um, it it's it could never keep. Whether or not it keep or not keep, it not have no effect on me. However, what I'm saddened about is yesterday I was on my way to work, and it so happened that I drove um along the path that the carnival was held. and the amount of debris that was on the road, the litter was awful. Kingston and St. Andrew looked like downtown Kingston. On a good market day, where you have trash and everything out there, and it is not a good look. It really isn't a good look. So I don't know what I want to hear. Should these people be fined? Should they should they create a fine? How much fine should they create? You know, these are conversations that I want you guys as whether or not in third year or fourth year of the environmental studies program to have a voice. I mean, write an article to the editor to say, yo, what kind of foolishness this? Because what if I had a bout of rain? All of that something you wash go down in a harbor, you know. What about the aquatic plants and animals? What about the livelihood of the fishermen and women? What about the entertainment or the recreation for those people who go there to fish and for those who people go there to get a little one swim, a little one truck off, right? So these are conversations that we must have as a country, as students. Yes, we can give permits, but what we need to do is that we have to now increase the size of the permit so that now hold these people accountable, and whatsoever money that is paid is refundable if in our view the roads are clean thereafter. Because when people done them, it's never gonna look back. Some of those high society people who would have gone to the carnival and would have littered, you think say you can't call them and tell them to go come and check up them rubbish? No. So it is for me, it is wrong. Somebody needs to be held accountable. You need to get back that the organizers need to pay money in order to get um, the place clean.
Yeah,
The
but sir,
organizers, go
I
ahead.
think I think I think that's also a good point. In relation to like fines, but the question is like who is it that should be fined? Because if the organizers are the ones who are supposed to be fined, right? At the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, they can't control what the persons do.
Mm-hmm.
Like the persons, like the persons who go to the carnival, like they can't control the fact that there'll always be somebody who's just willing to just drop them garbage all over the place. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like who I'm just thinking like who would it be responsible? Who would be at at fault? Who would need to be fined? If it's like somebody who, for example, like the police sees someone littering, that person personally should be fined, or is it like the organizer themselves that should be held responsible?
Well, in my personal view, I think the organizer should be held responsible. But let me put the question a different way.
I think so too,
Um,
sir.
yeah, man, the organizers need to be held responsible. They
Because
have
even you're holding a large party.
absolutely,
There
absolutely,
there will be garbage. So you can generate income like you hire street sweepers. After the party done, you make them clean up the place. You pay them little money. You leave it there, it's not gonna look good.
absolutely. So what you need to do is when you are giving out the permit, you say it is going to be um, however much it takes for you to operate a cleanup session on the street. If it's going to cost you your company $600,000 or $1 million, you charge them $1 million accordingly. So that at the end of the party, at the end of the carnival, you expect the workers to come out and to clean the roads. And to clean the roads. Because I'm going to tell you, yesterday I saw that today, today, there was still garbage on the roads.
Sir,
There
I
was
will
still
compare it to like when you have Grand Gala and so and
mm-hmm,
outside, them throw rubbish and so and the organized person to clean up the roads and inside of the stadium and so on. So I think it will be the same situation for carnival.
mm-hmm.
Even though it's a larger space, you still need to have clean. As your responsibility is your party, is your patrons, you're supposed to be responsible for cleaning up after them.
You know what is also true? When you're going to like a high school and the students in a high school decide that, yo, we're going to take the garbage pans and we're going to empty the garbage pans and give the ancillary staff more work to do. You put up monitors, and at some point in time, there is going to be a fee levied. So if it happened this year, come next year, we call it now the auxiliary fees then go up by X amount. So the more you cause damage to the institution, is the more money then go up. When you burst the pipe in the bathroom, or when you take toilet tissue and throw in the face basin and turn on the tap so that it gets clogged and water runs, and there is no water and you have to truck water, the parents will have to go buy the water through the PTA. We don't have any water. This is what is happening because this is what the students are doing. And you can't say even turn off the water because you can't run a public facility without having running water. It is going to be a health hazard, right? So we have to find ways. So one of the ways that you need to do, fines are the greatest response to people because they don't want to pay it. So if you have a oil spill, you have Total carrying them petrol from one part of the country to the next, and God forbid the oil spill is over in the Rio Cobre. Not only that, they are going to be responsible for cleaning the Rio Cobre. They are going to be responsible. They are going to be fined because you're talking about the death of aquatic plants and animals. And a fine supposed to be levied. Not talk about no $100,000 like the fufu fine that them pay Windalco when Windalco empty their effluents into the Cobre. $100,000. Windalco can continue empty the effluents because guess what? It costs more than $100,000 for going dump them sewage. More than $100,000. So for them to call the cesspool empty to come and clear, they have to pay close to $1 million because it's company. So them said, sure, let us empty the effluents here. So we just pay the fine of $100,000. What you need to do is to raise a fine so that it becomes hefty for them to pay. And the hefty fine will be a deterrent from that. So what is going to happen now is that if I want to go jump with Coca-Cola, I have to buy my costume in Coca-Cola, because it's Coca-Cola more for jump with. So what Coca-Cola is going to say, well, the organizers are charging us more money. So instead of me selling the costume for $10,000, I now have to sell it for $20,000. So if me want to go jump now, if me want to go jump the carnival, instead of paying $10,000, I'm going to pay $20,000. So inevitably, the patron will end up having to pay more money because me I litter the road. So because me I pay more money, the organizers can pay over to NSWA more money. So the NSWA now should be fully responsible for cleaning the place because they are getting the money from the organizers. That's just for me. And the final thing I'll say on this is that we have lost our civic pride. Any given day that I travel on the road, best believe when I get home, I have a bag of garbage or a handful of garbage that I need to take from my car into the receptacle at home. Because I cannot litter. If I'm eating a sweet, the sweet paper get wrap up and it's going to go into that door handle of the car. When I reach home, I clear out the door handle. If I'm sanitizing my hand and I use a wipes, I'm driving alone, the wipes is thrown on the floor, passenger seat. When I reach home, all of those hand wipes are taken up and are emptied. You have to be responsible citizens. Nobody should be walking behind Paz, behind DB, behind Asia, behind anybody to say, don't drop it there. Where is our civic pride? It's gone. We have none. People eat banana chips and finish the contents and just throw it through the window. Nasty. Nasty, right? So those are just my few thoughts on the matter. It just don't look good. It is it just don't look good. It oh Jesus. Anyhow, shall we move on? Shall we move on? I really hope that you guys had a good weekend. I am going to be um, project a question on probability um, for you to attempt for me. Oh goodness, I can hardly see. Right, give me a half a second, please, guys. All right, guys, my sharing device is not responding as fast as I would like it here, so that's what is holding it up. Anybody here from Mikey? You all right?
Present, sir.
He's in
Clear.
class now.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so it's what is holding up. So just here, forgive me. Mikey, maybe we'll talk off here.
Yes, sir. Sir, you did a cuss about the Arbitron Carnival.
And if you know me all too well, you know, so we don't go take it up, don't. Them two out of order.
I couldn't believe it when I saw the images and I'm like, whoa.
Them two out of order. We don't have no civic pride in this country. And you see, I may be even as more vocal because I don't believe in it. But you know, you don't you need to take more pride in your country, man. You can't just and what the man, the head of the NSWMA was saying is that while the people them are go through the stuff, while them a go through. So if them a move from Barbican, by the time them reach Donna, um say TGI. So the parade moved on to TGI. The man said them have them workers um cleaning the area. So the workers were behind the parade cleaning up. So them say, all right, when everything finished now, they'll be fine. But if my point of origin is up Barbican, him say when the people them come back up a Barbican now, them left them dirty something in the place and litter the road. And I'm saying to myself that shouldn't be. It is careless and it is unnice.
But there's procedure that there's precedence and them can actually carry them go court and make them pay for clean it up. Clean
Listen
it
to
up
me.
and then make them fit the bill.
They and the organizers know out of their profit will have to pay more money. So the
Exactly.
organizers are who I I am blaming for the stuff. They need to take responsibility because the city cannot take responsibility for cleaning something because we have given you permission. Yes, you have to pay us for the license and a permit to do the stuff, but the city cannot be responsible to go and clean and environ a place. When you go funny story. I was watching TikTok the other night, and one of the girls said, "Where in the world at 2 o'clock?" No, she said that I'm feeling thirsty. Where in the world at 2 o'clock I can go and get something to drink? And she says, only in Korea. And she was able to leave her house, and the stores that are closed at that hour of the night, any patron can go in. You know what them use to unlock the doors? Your credit card. So the mere fact that that reader reads and spoke Michael James, if you go there and do anything that is untoward, best believe that they are going to have your credit card information and they can charge your card. So people become responsible because they are using something to hold them accountable. And the lady put in her credit card to open the door. The credit card opens the door, and she went in and she bought her stuff. She selected her stuff, and when she selected her stuff, she went to the keypad, put her credit card in, and indicate what it is that she would have taken up. And she pays for the stuff, and she leave. Matter of fact, she pays for the stuff. She emptied the contents of the because the juice come in packets, the ice come in cups that are already frozen. And when she's finished, I watched what the young lady did. She took some napkins and she wiped the counter clean and left the place in a manner that she saw it. So therefore, when I come to work the following day, I'm not going to have a nasty place to go and clean up. Where is our Jamaican pride? And this is one of the things that you will have to do as environmentalists. How it is that you're going to educate the populace. What can be done? And what I'm saying to you, students, I'm encouraging you guys to write articles. I'm encouraging you guys to write articles and send to the letter to the editor and said to the editor, as an environmental studies student, I am disappointed with, and you outline the stuff and you make recommendations. As so come people will know about you. As so come you have to leave your email address so that if you have to be contacted, it can be contacted. This is how people like Dion Jackson, now will say, write you and say, boy, it is very interesting. The article that I wrote in to the editor. I'm going to invite you on my show because I'm going to invite the head of NSWNA to come in and talk. I want to get your viewpoint. This is how you make yourself. This is how you sell yourself, right? As students, young professionals, you put yourself out there, right? Because you can contribute to the conversation. We've exported. All right, guys. The stuff that I really wanted to open is not opening, so I'm gonna give you another set of questions until what it is that I'm looking for can be retrieved. And then these are things that we have already covered, is just to make sure that we are up to date with what is happening. So please, I'm going to ask you to to be a little astute in what it is that you're doing. Let me just share this document. Um, I'm having, okay, here goes. This system don't allow me to speak, so I have to use two devices. I'm speaking through one and and sharing through another. Are you seeing the screen? Let me know, please.
Yeah, seeing it now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, good. So start working on that. We have done a probability distribution already. We looked at some probability yesterday. We did not yesterday, you know what I mean? And then we're looking at some probability. We did the probability distribution already. And I'm trying to open a document with the other probability questions. So work on that in the meantime for me. I'll give you 7 minutes to work on this. Soon come. I'm right here, Adam. Are we guys okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. Because we're supposed to be in exam mode now, you know. So so this really should be used as revision because we've done this one before. So the final draft of the timetable is out. Please take note of the days that you have exams. For those of you who need to apply for leave, do your due diligence. Please sometimes at this point in time, we need to be doing our revision. So use these questions as a practice. All right, continue working.
Sir, is that a miscount or is it actually 1, 2, 4, 5, 6?
1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so just ignore the 3. There is no 3.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
All right, thanks much. Sir, the reason why I'm asking, sir, section 3, it's
Mm-hmm.
P3, they
Well, it
said,
said it's greater than 3, but less than.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a problem. So if it's greater than 3, look at the value that is greater than 3.
oh,
So whether or not 3 is there, do you have a value that is greater than 3 but less than 6?
yeah,
Yeah, so go ahead.
okay, all right.
Come on, cool. How we stay?
Almost finish the standard deviation.
All right, good job. All right, if I give you a couple more minutes because I want to touch on a quick. What do I say, stay?
Yes, sir. Almost finished it as well.
All right, cool. Let me know. Indicate to me if it's all right.
All right, so I think I finish.
All right, great. What about it? What about you, the rest of you? Another minute?
Yes, sir. 1 more minute, please.
All right, cool.
The only part of trick is there of section 2. I'm not
Don't
sure.
worry about it. We'll go through it.
All right.
So I'm finished.
All right, come in. All right. Now, ready or not, here we come. Um, okay. Um, all right. So it says a random variable x has, by the way, one who's here. It's in a common class. Okay. One, two, three, four. Oh, four of us still here. All right. I thought when I saw six a while ago, I thought more people slip in. All right. Didi, are you still there? Daniel? La? Boy, she keep ghosting us. All right, let's go. Um, so it's a random variable. X has probable distribution. as shown in the table. Don't worry about what you're not seeing. If I were you, I'm not concerned about me not seeing the 3. The man in my count 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. It means then that, okay, let me ask you, interpret for me not seeing the 3, what it means. What was the probability of that, of 3?
It would have been half of 2. Possible.
Really?
Yeah, a possibility.
If you're not seeing it, what do you think the
Oh,
probability is?
0, 0, 0, 0.
0. Yeah,
Mm.
man, the probability will be 0. So they're not going to include it. So the probability being 0 means that it cannot happen. So if it's not going to happen, if it cannot occur, they're not going to put it in there. I can tell you, I will never die from riding a motorcycle. It will never happen. The probability is 0. Why?
You just not gonna do it.
Me nah go on a
Why you not
motorcycle.
going on the motorcycle?
Me nah go on a motor. One can let me down. But me go tell you, say I'm not going to die from dropping off a motorcycle. I won't be dying from bungee jumping, nor from we'll call it
Explode
no,
volcanoes.
or explode volcanoes, or as much as how I love sedimentology, igneous spectrology, and metamorphic spectrology. I nah go be no storm chaser. And for go take samples of the volcano for why comes. No deal. It will never happen. So it says the probability of 1, the probability distribution, 1, the event 1 is going to be 0.3. Event 2 is going to be A. Event 3 does not exist. That's why it's 0. That's why it's not there. Event 4 is 0.2. Event 5 is 0.1. And event 6 is 0.05. Event 6 is 0.05. So it says to calculate the value of A as shown in the table. Now, how do I calculate the value of A? What information do I, what pre-existing knowledge must I have in order to calculate the value of A?
The sum of all probability must equal 1.
Very good. If I had put in the value of the event 3, would it change the value of A?
No.
All right. And I'm stuck there because what I don't want to happen is that you're going to the exam and you get confused or thrown off. You get confused or thrown off because of that. I don't want to get confused. I don't want to get thrown off because of it. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So don't anybody else got thrown off by it? Let me know, this is a class and I want to know from now. Anybody got thrown off by it? Okay, I guess it's a no. All right. So
Not
when
sure enough, sir. I was just questioning it. I was like,
no, but I'm just saying to you, I understand that you're questioning it, but there are others who will be thrown off by being accustomed to be seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not seeing something and say, oh, there's an error with the question. And because you have that idea that there's an error with the question, you're not confident in working with something. Anything them you work with it. If they make an error with the question, I fit them business. But I'm just saying, I'm helping you now to interpret it. The interpretation of it is that the event 3 had a probability of 0. Event 3 does not exist. So that's why they can't include it. So what I'm going to do now is add 0.3 to 0.2, I get 0.5. 0.5 plus 0.1 is 0.6. 0.6 plus 0.05 is 0.65.
65, yeah.
And then when I subtract that from that, I'm going to get 0.35.
Right, correct.
Good. So A is 0.35.
Equals 0.35.
0.35. Everybody agree with 0.35?
Yes, sir.
All right. 0.35. Paz, it okay with that, Papa? All right, did not hear me. What is the probability of what is the probability of x equal 1 or x equal 5?
0.3 for 1 and 0.1 for 5.
So what's the probability?
0.4.
No?
What's the probability?
So it's not 0.4?
No, you're correct. I want wait a minute, I want Mackie to tell me the correct answer. Is there any 0.4, Mackie?
Are you supposed to add them?
Duh.
Yeah.
So it says
Oh.
the probability of so we know what the probability of 1 is. I mean, know what the probability of 5 is. So it says the probability of 1 or 5. So we have to add them. So you get 0.4.
Sir, I never know say or mean add, to be
Yeah,
honest.
man.
So what
that's
I
right.
do, this is I'll tell you exactly what I'm right. When x is 1, the probability of is 0.3.
0.3. Mhm.
When x is 5, then the probability is 0.1. Never know if I add them.
Yeah, man, you have to add. So the probability is going to be 0.3 plus
Oh.
0.1.
So sir, it's basically the same if you did have the less than or equal less than
Aha.
or
Good.
okay.
Good. But this one here now is just asking me for
Equal.
1 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Get
And
it.
remember, look at what it says. Probability and in parentheses 1 or 5.
Yeah, just as it sounds.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, now. The other one says the probability where x is greater than 3, but less than or equals to 6. Let me stop and answer the question. Could they have said x is greater than or equals to 3?
No,
Why?
because 3 equals 0 and they
Right.
wouldn't.
There was no 3 there.
Yeah.
So that's why they say x greater than 3, but less than or equals to 6. So therefore, it means now that we're interested in what? Paz, are you here? It means that we're
Sir, I
interested
had
in
to
what?
step away a while, sir.
Okay. It means that we're interested in what then? If x is greater than 3, but less than or equal to 6, what are we interested in?
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. And you notice what it says? Less than or equal to 6. So we have to include 6 in our answer. So 0.2 plus 0.1 is 0.3. 0.3 plus 0.5 is 0.35.
0.35, yeah.
Agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Good. So it is going to be, as I have it here, it's going to be the probability of 4 plus the probability of 5 plus the probability of 6. Let me ask you a question. What if the question had said to evaluate the probability of x is greater than 3 but less than 6? What would be the answer?
0.3.
0.3. Asia, see?
No, sir.
The probability of x greater than 3 but less than 6.
So it would be 4 and 5. Greater than
It will be 4 and 5, yes. Very good.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Yeah, man, it will be 4 and 5. So it has to be great. It has to be so yeah, if it's only less than 6, you can't include 6. But this one here says no, x is less than or equal to 6. All right, next. The standard deviation of the distribution. What you got for that?
1.562.
We get Asia.
1.56204.
Okay. Thank you, Jesus. Him look like in calculator work. Pass what you get.
Sir, did that refer to that?
A new one, set of 4.
Sir, I never reached that far, sir.
Hey,
As
Paz,
I
me
said,
go
I
shoot
had
you
to
know.
step away.
Hey, Paz, you're ramping my passing grade in a Paz.
No, sir, something came up.
All right. Look and tell me if the table is correct.
Sir, and I saw me do it, you know? Me I tell you, honest truth.
But I'm not the same way, but always you.
Sir, let me tell you, we just evaluate EX, then var X, then standard deviation for probability. That's how we do it. But I
But you
do
see,
get the 2.6, the 9.2, and the 2.44. I get all of that. But I'm
so
not
what
doing
is
it at the table form.
okay, that's right. So we get for the standard deviation again? 1.56?
1.562, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the point? What's the point?
No, the table are confused me because
No.
honestly never do it in a table
Well,
form. At first,
get
me I
to,
see this for me.
don't say that.
No,
You
for
see,
probability, not for the regular standard deviation. That's how I would have done it. But for probability,
no, but no, no. Remember, no. For probability, it's a probability distribution we're doing, So they can ask you for var x and standard deviation. They can ask you for var x, the variance of x, and they can ask you for the standard deviation of the distribution. So irrespective that is probability that we're doing, we still have to go through the whole gamut of. This is what they gave us. It's just that instead of writing it sideways,
yeah,
I
sideways,
wrote it.
that's how I do it.
No, but it's the same thing. Just write it
Okay.
long way, and then x times the probability of x. Now, if I multiply this by this, this by this, and then I can find x squared, and then x squared times the probability of that. So just remember, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay,
It's
good.
just a matter of preference if you write it sideways or you write it long ways. Same difference. All right. I want to talk you through even the first part of a question like this. Even the first part of a question like this. And this here is talking about probability distribution, right? Sorry, binomial distribution. Probability distribution is what we just did up here. We're looking at the binomial distribution here. And I want to talk to you about this question. Really not difficult. The whole topic itself, it says the probability, we need to evaluate the probability that it will rain, not evaluate, but the probability that it will rain on a given day in May is 0.3. So the probability, and again, we're in a drought. The capacity of the dams now are about 70%. Hermitage, Mona, about 70%. Last year, this time, the Prime Minister says last year, this time, the dams were 40%. So we are in a better shape this year than we were last year, but we are still in a bind. All right. So the probability that it will rain on a given day in May is 0.3. And incidentally, the Prime Minister was also saying that they are hoping for May to come because, of course, the rainy season begin then. So let's hope to see if it will bring some rain so that the dams can be filled. Calculate the probability that in a given week in May, it will rain on exactly 2 days. So we want to find out if it's going to rain on for 2 days. Now, a lot of students may say, oh, so if a probability for it to rain on a given day in May is 0.3, to rain for 2 days is going to be 0.3 times 2. Not quite. So we're going to use the binomial distribution. Remember binomial in pre-calculus? Forgive me, I'm definitely unable to write on this computer. Definitely unable to write on this one. But do you remember binomial distribution where we talk about things like the combination notation or Pascal's triangle? Anybody remember that?
Yeah, I have a fair remembrance.
All right. So the combination notation would be things like NCR times A to the first power B to the 0.
Yeah, man.
Right. So you talk about like if you're raising something to the third power, you're gonna have 3 through 0, A to the 0 times B to the A to the 3 times B to the 0. 3 through 1, A to the second power times B to the first. Because remember, I said the sum. Yeah. Hold on. Pre-calculus. Let me see if I can find some notes on pre-calculus. Because pre-calculus, where am I online teaching? Jesus, when did I teach pre-calculus? It's been a while. It's been a minute. All right, fine. But that was so random. Why just click on that one and found it? I could, oh God, this thing takes a lot. If I could write, I would definitely show you pick and pass, but I'm unable to. Here you go. So what I'm saying to you is a plus b to the n is going to be n through 0 times a to the n, because this number down here, let me spotlight, this number down here plus this number up here is supposed to be equal to the overall power, n, and then this power down here, this number here and the power here is supposed to be the same thing. Can anybody remember that?
Yes, sir.
And then n plus the sum of the powers here of a and b is supposed to be also equal to the overall power.
Yeah.
Asia, are you with us? I'm kind of concerned.
I'm concerned, sir.
And then it
So,
reduces.
you don't remember this, Asia?
Sir, this one not really look so familiar to me again.
It look kind of familiar, but it not so familiar.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I remember this, sir.
Miss Hall would have beat you behind you still.
I remember.
Make him stay there, man. Because right about now, I feel like more on conference or to the call. All right. No worries. No worries. So I'm going back to my pre-calculus stuff. So if we wanted to find, for argument's sake, the binomial expansion of in descending powers of x of 3x plus 4y to the 4th power. For Pascals, using Pascals, we'd have said 14641 because we're using Pascals, right? So what would I say is 1, and then the first term a is going to be raised to the 4th power, and then plus the second coefficient, which is 4, then 3x to the 3rd power, and then we have to pick up the b now, so it's going to be 4y to the 1st power. Ringing a bell?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good.
sir.
And then now we're going to put 6. This is 3x to the 4th, 3x to the 3rd, 3x to the 2nd power. And then this is 4y to the 1st, 4y to the 2nd power. You notice that 2 plus 2 is 4 overall power. And then now it's going to be 4 into, this is 4, this is 3, this is 2. That means this has to be 1. Uh-oh. There's an error right here. Oh, this is 1. You know, some item dark. 1 sleeping in us at 3, Mr. Right here a while ago. So this is to the 1st power. And then now, when you reach 1, you're going up to the 0 power. And then we evaluate all of those, right? So that is using Pascal's triangle. That's using Pascal's. But now, after we move from Pascal's, we're going to go to the combination notation. And the combination notation, because sometimes the question asks you to use the combination notation. So the combination notation is going to be all of this here. Okay. I have a foreign call, but this foreign call I have to wait until class done. So look at what is happening here now. It says 2x plus 3 to the 3rd power. 2x plus 3 to the 3rd power. So I'm using the combination notation, which is really the binomial notation, right? It is going to be, because I'm into the 3rd power, it's going to be 3 through 0, because we always start at 0. Remember, you know, if we're going up to the 3rd power, I'm supposed to have 4 terms, because we have one more term than we start off with, right? Because n through 0 is going to be 1. And n through n is also going to be 1. So right here, I'm saying that you start with 1 and you end with 1. See here, 1, 1, 1. You start with one, you end with one. You start with one, you end with one. You start with one, you end with one. And this is how Pascal's triangle came about. See here, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1. The other one will be 1, 5, 10, 5, 5, 1. Right? 1, 1, 5, 10, 5, 1. Right? 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So you always start with one, you always end with one. Why do we start with one and end with one? These are called palindromes. Palindromes are those things that you can read from left to right, and you get the same value. So 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Watch this. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Do me a favor. Write down the word race car for me, please. RACECAR. Write the word race car for me. And tell me if when you write on the word race car, if you can get it from the same side, from right to left and left to right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
That's a palindrome. Write the word level, Level.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a palindrome because wherever and however you read it, from left to right, right to left, you're going to end up getting the same thing. There are other words that you can find as palindromes, and there are numbers that you can find as palindromes, right? Whichever order you read it in, you get the same value. So what I want you to do for me is to see how best you can review what the binomial theorem is saying. Because what this one is saying here, let me just go back to this one quickly, because it's going to help us in doing the binomial, using the binomial theorem to solve the probability. It's going to be, look at this counting effect. 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to n. Where get n from, sir? See here, this last term up here, n. And remember the top power for the binomial expansion, the upper number, the bigger number must be up top, and the small number must be at the bottom. Remember, we're doing when we're evaluating the 5 choose 3, I can't have 3 choose 5. Because we're going to actually come to this in well, I may do this on Thursday, God's willing. 5 choose 3 is how many ways can I select how many ways can I select a group of 3 out of 5 where order is not important. Where order is not important. Order is not important, it means that I have 10 ways. If order is important, I'm going to have 60 ways. Because if you recognize me having 5 choose 3, 5 choose 3 gives me 10. But 5P3 is going to give me 60. Because order is important. In the combination, it's just how many ways I'm combining to get something. When I'm looking at the permutation, order is important. So if I say to you, how many ways can I combine 3 fruits to get well, 3 fruits from a possible 5 fruits to get a unique taste or a unique drink mix? It's going to be 10 ways. Because if I put pineapple, banana, orange, and then Adrian said, no, it's orange, banana, pineapple. And Michael said, no, it's banana, pineapple, and orange. It's the same way. This is what the combination is saying. Order is not important. But when I look at the permutation now, when I put banana and orange and pineapple, it's not the same thing as if I put pineapple, orange, and banana. Because for the permutation, your order is going to be important. And for example, things like what the permutation is talking about is if I have a group of 5 people and I want to create a committee of 3, why order is important there is I am selecting 3 because one of them is going to be the CEO, the other one is going to be the general manager, and then the other one is going to be the manager. Who is the highest one in all of that?
CEO.
Followed by who?
General manager.
and then the manager. So therefore,
Mhm.
I can't put the manager in front of the CEO, and I can't put the general manager in front of the CEO. So order is going to be important. So if it is going to be 1, 2, 3, it's going to be a different arrangement. So if I put 3, 2, 1, will have to be a different arrangement than 1, 2, 3. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Right, yeah, man.
Right. So 1, 2, 3 in mathematical parallax, we'll say that 1, 2, 3 is the same thing as 3, 2, 1, which is the same thing as 2, 1, 3 is the same thing as 1, 3, 2. In mathematical parallax, that is when I am doing the combination. The combination, no matter how we combine them, it no matter how we combine them, the mere fact that they have a combination of those three things. But permutation is saying, yo, respect how it is that you're combining. Because if it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is different from 3, 2, 1, which is different from 3, 1, 2, which is different from 2, 3, and 1. So I have three different stuff there. So which is why when I do the combination of 5 choose 3, I'm getting 10. But when I do the combination of 5 P3, I'm ending up with 60. Why? I end up with more because the permutation is seeing how many ways I can arrange. How many ways I can arrange. So in this way, I can arrange it in 60 different ways. Now, for the combination notation, it is using the arrange, the odd, yeah, it is using how it is that I'm ordering the stuff. Making sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, think on those things. What I want you to do for me, please, guys, I want you to revise the stuff. The probability distribution was fairly done today. Congratulations. I want you to go over your correlation coefficient. I want you to go over your method, your measures of central tendency. Everything that we've done so far, I want to go through them. I'm going to pick up the binomial. We're going to pick up the combination stuff that we're talking about now, and finish off this question for Thursday's class. So see if you can come in early for me on Thursday. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
Pick up yourself.
Sir. You
Go
remember
ahead.
that there was, well, about 2 weeks ago, that question that you gave us?
Yes.
Any other question that accompany exam?
All right, hold on. The question 2 weeks ago, the question about the tree something when we talk about?
Yeah, like if you flip a coin.
Oh yeah, man. Any of those questions can come. Yeah, man. I expect one of them something. You don't like it?
No. Not comfortable at all with it. No,
Well,
beat around the bush.
all right, no worry about it. They come in early Thursday, God's willing, so we can finish off this, so we can just go through one or two. Funny story though, Mikey. That's what I was trying to find today, and it just not opening. So I have to switch to something else.
God, tell me say it now, come. Continue.
Well, let's hope that is the same God you serve that I serve. But anyway, let's go.
Yes.
On Thursday we'll pick up on those, yeah?
All right, no problem.
Pick up yourself later.
All right.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, bye bye.